Got a little power nap in. You're gonna be home soon. I want to play more Disco Elysium for some reason. It calls to me. I want to beat the shit out of Kuno's dad, alright? That's all I can think about. He's probably bigger than me. He's probably a lot stronger than me, and he's probably on... I don't even know how many different narcotics, but Kuno said he'd give me some meth if I did it. And for some reason, I want Kuno's approval. Alright? I hate him. That's the only reason why. You don't understand. It's the other way around. It's that I want to prove that I'm better than him. I don't like Kuno. I just want to beat up his dad so he likes me, so that, you know, that'll teach him, you know? Eviction notices of missing pets are plastered on top of each other. What this? Some sick ass glasses. Huge. I can barely hear anything. Hello? There we go. We got some somber piano going. Kuno's dad was in apartment 12, right? How do I tell which one of these fucking things is apartment 12?
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges.
Here it is.
Secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita.
His name is Uno?
Your heartbeat quickens. Palms go sweaty. The siren of amphetamine is singing you her song.
Okay, we got chain cutters.
This comes with 3 months worth of utility bills.
Knock
No
lightly.
response. You'll need to equip the chain cutters.
Yeah, I'm gonna equip the chain cutters, fuckhead. Give me 2 seconds.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges. Snip.
Okay.
The cutter goes through them like dead leaves. The links fall to the ground on the other side of the door. Don't let the quiet fool you.
Okay.
The beast is in there somewhere, ready to rip you to shreds with a broken bottle.
I know there's no stopping you, but let's at least make this quick.
That's right, Kim. Get with it or get out of the way. I got my wife beater on. Let's see if there's any other... I could change up my loadout here. My hobo cap gives me reaction speed. We'll put on the hobo cap. Looking ready for combat. I have a shock put ball. I have a musket. Reaction speed, feeling twitchy. Rhetoric -1. Bum brain. Okay, here we go. We're gonna quick save. It's gonna be like an impossible or like a legendary feat to beat the shit out of the Uno. Oh, we have a box over here. We take $1.
A phone
Oh, he's
book
sleeping.
lies open
Can
on
I
the
choke him
table,
out?
covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw.
Okay, Lieutenant, I've located some psychoactive substances.
Good. Confiscate it.
The minuscule amount of amphetamine doesn't interest the lieutenant in the slightest. He listens instead to something in the other room.
Let's take the speed.
Pocket the bottle as if it were. Don't wait. Celebrate. Blast that shit right here. Blast it before you face the beast. Deruita. You're going to need the encouragement.
I think my electrochemistry brain is finally speaking some truth. Gives me +1 to motorics, which is a reflex. I hate that that's what I need. That's what it's giving me, because I'm bad at those. We're gonna quick save. We're gonna beat him up in his sleep. We're just gonna we're gonna soapbox him. The air stinks with something sour. We got some jeans. We'll take his boot cuts. 1 second. Those help us. Our composure. We take his boot cuts.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels.
So there's a lack of magnesium in me.
And it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
So I need to mag it
You
up.
need to get so magged up. One stroke. Don't be so modest. He's having one right now.
You're saying that I need to be a magnesium-based life form.
Yes. If you want to live,
Okay.
you need to evolve. You need to transcend the
understand.
carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system.
My God, he's right.
Just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem.
I get it. I'm in.
It's certainly not the dextroamphetamine, nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess of coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
I understand. All right, Uno. Here we go. Good morning,
Bundle of
bitch.
clothes heaped on the bed. A stained parka, some towels and a duvet. Some socks even.
Hold up, Lieutenant. Look at the pile of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like a fake? Am I gonna get hit with like the video recorder?
Something underneath there is breathing.
Like it's a fucking tape recorders?
It doesn't give a shit that you're a cop. Stop your hand now, or you're gonna die.
I have this under control.
It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing out. You don't have to do this. Just get out.
Let's do
Your
it.
hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl. There is something alive underneath it.
Pull the blanket
You
off.
see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down.
Oh,
He's already down.
Kim, is this thing even alive?
I'm afraid it is. Look, it moves.
He points to a fleshy lump sticking out from the other end of the blanket. The limb seems to be
A
twitching.
groan rises from the man's throat,
Oh, he's saying something.
dry like a death rattle. He's trying to say something in his sleep.
Is this Kuno's father we're seeing?
Well, judging by the color of his hair, I would say yes, it is.
The lieutenant's right. The man's unwashed hair bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest is coppery. The light from the window falls into his half-open eyes. There's still plenty to be scared of here. Just not what you thought.
I was expecting something worse.
I think he's still quite bad. I mean, what he has come to. This man won't be feeding his family anytime soon. Not that he was, but at least he won't be beating his son.
A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty, and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not awake.
He's gonna sleep it off. I know this shit. Suddenly, the man starts growling through words managed to escape his mouth along with a strong stench of alcohol.
He's trying to communicate.
Whisper, I took your amphetamines, old man.
Silence. Only heat emanates from the sleeping body.
Maybe we should try to help him.
What is there to do? We could turn him on his side so he doesn't choke on his own vomit, but he's already on his side.
Excellent form.
We could take him to Remedy or Saint-Baptiste, but he doesn't have money for medical services. The almshouse would turn him down. They don't do charity for people who are trying to kill themselves. Besides, he'll be dead in a few.
The pile of blankets grunts miserably.
Okay, I'm gonna quick save and save scum his thing. We're full in on the save
The
scumming.
aging alcoholic is still there. The
It was
man
that easy.
groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something. And then it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pigs, he says. He's trying to call you pigs.
You're awake? He's awake?
His hand falls back on the bed, limp and defeated.
Okay.
A loud snore escapes his mouth. He's asleep again.
At least he got to say his piece.
Okay. Well, I didn't need to save scum. Let me put on my good boy clothes again. Okay. Okay. Well, that worked out really well overall. I was very worried about being able to beat up Kuno's dad, I'll be honest. I'm not going to give these drugs to Kuno. I don't think Kuno needs more drugs. He seems pretty torqued. Walking into this person's room. or a bathroom? What is this? Oh, can I put on the flashlight? Can I like look around in here? Will that help me with anything? No, doesn't seem like it. You got any bottles? Got 42 cents. We'll take those. Well, let's keep bothering people, I guess. I have to put away my flashlight immediately.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11. It's a
Examine the
solid
padlock.
lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better
Okay.
whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Okay. We get the chain cutters back out. And we knock
This
first.
door had no reply.
Okay, we cut.
What are you doing?
What?
You're trying to...
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut.
He's just trying to help. Don't take it bad.
Perhaps you should give it another go.
I got this.
What are you doing?
Oh my
I believe
god.
He's just trying.
Perhaps you should give it another go.
I can't even do it again. Now I have to reload my save scum. It wasn't even about this. I'm so bad. I missed like 280s. I'm not gonna listen to this fucking guy again. All right, Kuno's dad. I guess I shouldn't do this because I have to win the save scum again.
The aging alcoholic is still the man.
Why did I save again? No, don't save. Okay. It's all going to shit.
The aging alcoholic is the man.
Yeah. I know Kuno's dad. I understand.
The aging alcoholic is the
There it
man.
is.
He's
Okay,
trying
call
to
this
call you
pig.
his-
At least he got to say his...
Okay, I'm gonna fucking put on the fucking over here. We level up in the Empire. And I almost have that. Okay, open this bad mamma jamma up. Walk into this bad mamma jamma. We look. We get money. We take money. We leave. We break in the next room. We quick save.
This door has been. It's a solid lump of metal.
You seem committed to it, so go on.
The shackle.
Yes.
After you.
We do a bit of crime. Let's put on the flashlight. Hello? Oh. Not what I thought would happen.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Mazov.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Kraz Mazov?
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Kim, who is this Kraz Mazov?
He's known as the father of scientific communism, also known as Mazovianism. His theories about economic history greatly influenced, some would even say sparked, the anti-centennial revolution.
Okay. Flamboyant poster of a White Star, photos of revolutionaries, books on critical theory, on the monstrosities of capital and such. I found a bullet and a jacket. The jacket's kind of dope. How's my jacket do? I have a cop jacket. I like my cop jacket. Let's close this door. Sorry, Kim, get fucked.
You hear someone walking around inside. Rearrange.
Knock.
Walking stops abruptly. You can feel tension on the other side.
Knock.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
This is the police?
Do I have to open the door?
Yes.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
Okay. Door number 9 is locked. There's the granny that wouldn't let me in. The graffito says a firing squad for the rich. Eight is apartment 8. Their mailbox is
Give
overflowing.
me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to have difficulty
The
breathing.
cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this damp.
Are you alright? Should I call you a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
I'm looking for Martin Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
What do you mean? I wasn't joking.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Jim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
How about a young man in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build?
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
Nothing. No trouble. I just want to talk to him.
Talk?
The cleaning... Oh, no! The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom.
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony.
Okay, who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Okay.
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
Okay, I have a few questions about the apartment.
Ask away, policeman.
Is one of the residents on vacation? Their mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
Who lives in apartment 10?
No one lives there. It's been empty for months.
But I talked to someone through the door.
Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Okay, I'll take a look.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
Who lives behind the padlocked door?
Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study.
Astrology?
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
You mean the stars and the antlers? I think they're a symbol of communism.
A symbol of what now?
It's an ideology. It has some noble aims, but it's always been used to justify terrible
The
bloodshed.
cleaning lady shrugs and returns to sweeping.
Okay, tell me about the man who lived at the end of the hallway. Uno de Rutor.
I don't want to talk about DeWeeters.
DeWeetus?
Addicts. All of them. And sometimes I hear them screaming. They don't like me cleaning behind their door. Think I'm listening in on their fights.
So she doesn't. Not after that one time. There's a that one time here. It didn't get physical. She heard something she doesn't want to hear again.
We saw unpaid utility bills. Aren't they going to be evicted?
No one likes them in this building. It's only because of the kids they haven't been thrown out. I don't like talking about those people.
What can you tell me about Cindy the
The
Skull?
artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
That's all.
She mumbles.
Okay. Find the armor gloves. Split the kilo. The smoker on the balcony. I got so much to do, and it's already almost fucking like midnight. Let me go talk to apartment 10 again. Oh, we got a postcard.
You
Hey,
hear
bitch.
someone walking around inside. Rearrange.
Excuse me?
Did you
Of
break
course
in?
not.
Scare them. Suspected of some big crime. There's no sweet talking your way in there. Be official.
I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a
Oh,
break-in.
come on.
There's pause before you hear the door being
That was
unlocked.
smart.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Let me in, bitch. I've come to rob you. Whoa, you're in a suit. We got some nice shoes. Black monk straps +1 to indirect modes of taxation. Looks like a fine mattress. A blister pack of medicine peeks out of the box. You should take it. We take it.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here.
Okay.
The keys, see?
Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
Inspect
It
it.
feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo.
Okay.
There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details. Be friendly.
Okay. Everything seems to be a nice haircut.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour.
I glimpsed a foreclosed apartment down the
Oh,
hallway.
that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
Oh, it irks her. The incompetence.
My money has also disappeared, I
Well,
think.
it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it.
It couldn't be that much money. These apartments look pretty shabby.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million-real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
It's as if they're real wizards, able to resurrect dead real estate and breathe life into bank accounts.
So wait, what happened with the wall?
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it.
Okay.
Both apartments are now unrentable. Both.
What are you doing here?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
Okay, sound reprehensible. Who lived here?
It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent.
A sudden serious look crosses her face. This story didn't have a happy ending.
But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry.
Isn't it a little late to be working?
It is.
She breathes in and out to the count of 3. It looks like some stress release technique.
So, the
Oops.
sooner we get this over with, the better.
Okay,
Of course.
Okay. She just said, and they say real estate agents don't. Kim is still locked in the communist hellhole. Sorry, Kim. I gotta tell the old lady what it was.
Give me a moment.
I didn't find any counterculture people in apartment 10. It was just a real estate agent.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Yes, radio computer wizards are coming. They're gonna save this place and the
Oh, I
economy.
do like wizards. And people like that in general. They have a lot to tell us about our fates.
Okay. Good. Huge. Oops. Did Kim get out of the room? He did. Fuck. Okay. Let's keep looking around. Oh, Kim wants to talk.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for the damages yet,
You should take care of that, then.
but I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street.
Okay.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already
Kim is
do.
like either the biggest homie or a total sociopath for like letting all the shit that I do slide. Okay, let's go and see if we can, maybe we can hang by that sexy ladies room on the way to mine. You know, just make some appearances, let her know that I'm next door. How was I supposed to come up with 100 real in a day? I've come up, even with the smokes that I bought, I've come up with like 15 total. Okay, we're going back in. Oh, there should be some union boys here too, right? There are. Hello. I can't talk to any of them though. Is it time to sing karaoke, baby?
Can I help you?
Here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Who else has keys?
The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road.
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container. Two men, their faces rough and swollen, jump out. They look at the container despondently. CSM is written on their backs.
Thank you anyway.
Yes. Another
I'm
thing.
saying? No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Have you got it?
I was wondering if we could make some sort of arrangement for
Does
tonight.
that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Kim is about to say something. Let him.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and
He shrinks back a bit under the lieutenant's severe gaze.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
Hold on, I still have my key, you know.
Good luck trying to use it.
He taps his foot against the metal box installed in the back of the
All
counter.
the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Okay. Let's go look at the motor carriage. Does the cryptozoologist have anything else
Hello
to say?
again, sweetie.
Oh, a couple. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money? Are you okay? I'm very sorry I crashed into you earlier.
Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that?
It was like my body had a will of its own. I was running, my torso turned, my hands made this lewd gesture. I'm so sorry you had to witness it.
Don't beat yourself up over it too much, dear. People do strange things when the old fight or flight kicks in. I'm just glad you weren't injured.
I'm gonna ask for money because if I remember correctly, she's married to a rich guy.
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth. You've got guns of steel and a chiseled jaw somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer.
Tug on her.
Maybe she'd like to sponsor you.
Yeah, I got 97% chance. Let's do it.
Your deportment remains dignified, as you shed a single manly tear.
It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I am at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just I tied you over.
She unfastens a gold commemorative pin from her left jacket pocket and drops it in your palm.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas-relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, San Baptiste, Summer 31. Dinghy races.
Where can I pawn it?
Cross the plaza and follow the road along the coast. Down by the water, there'll be a shack nestled against an old stone facade. That's the pawn shop. An old friend of my husband's goes there often. He says the owner is quite helpful.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab.
Okay.
You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
I'll promise to buy it back.
Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back.
Okay. How much is it worth? Also, let me put my hat back on. It's worth $3. I don't know, Chief. I think I'm keeping it. Okay, we'll see what Kim has for me. Help me, Kim. I'm fat, drunk, and I'm homeless.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
Okay, what are these things?
They are spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
A vanity he wouldn't mind.
Okay. Thanks, I appreciate your help.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spin.
Okay. Let's go find that pawn shop. How much are they worth? $200! Now we're cooking, Kim. Kim's got the hookup. Okay, so he said follow the street south, down by the canal. There'll be a shack. Oh, is this the shack? Look at a little shack like. We find some Nosafed. Looking pawny. Bust of a woman. The plaque simply says Dia. Some sort of machine and antique cash register. In the dark, a film projector is whirling away.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Win her back?
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy.
I'm gonna step away. I'm not gonna fuck with it. Hello.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection, and I may have something to add to it.
It keeps me entertained.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe. Entertained. He might be high. If he is, on what?
I'm gonna go for the save scum.
Hey, So we've been monitoring
no.
you internally, and now we know your copo type.
Okay, what am I?
Guess.
Cool cop?
No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then. Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in
What?
here.
I thought I was doing good on the capo type. How did I get 4 sorry cop out of nowhere? Okay, but what are the other capo types?
You know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the Advanced Interesting Cop, Liquid Shadow Cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go?
No, I'm not sorry. I changed my mind.
No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes.
No, I'm not.
Stop wasting.
Fuck off.
Wow. Okay. Fuck off. Maybe we were wrong about you then.
Yeah, that's right, bitch. I ain't a sorry cop. I'm a superstar cop. It's because I asked one old lady for help.
Streetlight sits.
Okay, we're gonna quick save.
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here? Is it? The pawn shop is always open.
Okay.
Feeling
Easy.
warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Is it just me or is it really warm in
I
here?
try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
What do those triangles mean?
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster.
He coughs as if to mark his words.
Had to take Pyrrolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
The People's Pile, what was that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you, too.
Tell me more about this Emergency Relief Brigade.
We were an all-volunteer force. Self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
Tough son of a gun, this one. Respect.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
It must have been tough radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment. And early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could. No one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How'd you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it, so I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
Thanks for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Do you happen to have any guns like the ones carried by cops?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question.
Oh no!
I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
I pawned my gun. Kim, cover your ears.
What? Sold? The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
Wait, I sold you my gun?
With Kim here too. That just sounded really, really bad.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off-the-charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
I feel like there's a reason you're not telling
You
me.
weren't quiet. Yourself.
Yeah, I was
officer.
drunk and on drugs. That's what everybody said. You're not telling me anything
You
new.
were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight.
Might have been trying to kill myself.
And that you need the money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
You sucked on a gun? Good. Very normal. Very normal behavior. You must have been in great shape.
Wait, how much did I sell the gun for?
15 real.
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad dream. It's not, though. This has got to be the most. Wow. There's pity there, too. In case you didn't notice.
Okay, that's good. Kim has some pity on me. I really should have killed myself. Maybe I still will one of these days. I'm gonna say I'm so sorry you had to see me like that. We don't have to talk about this any further.
No apologies necessary, officer.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive.
Is it the girl?
But I was just happy to get rid of it.
Kuno Eshi?
And truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You
Yes,
sold your
I'm
sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Yes.
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on us?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Any idea where I can find her?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Of course.
Okay. I have something I'd like to sell.
We'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of...
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesk banger? No matter. I'll
Okay,
give
good.
you 200 real.
That's good, because he's giving me the... This is a small thing, but he's giving me the price that my inventory gave me. I was worried that as a pawn shop, he would, like, lowball the fuck out of me, like half or less.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Of course, I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you.
He takes the cash and turns to you.
Here's the 100 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
I won't.
The windfall is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I have a fascinating photo of a corpse. I don't have anything to sell at the
Another
moment.
time, perhaps.
You might be able to aid our
I
investigation.
doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Do you know anything about the recent
I
hanging?
do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
Okay.
No one likes to see what you have to see every day.
Know anything about the Wild Pines?
Can't say I'm
Representative?
a huge admirer of wild pines. And I can't say I trust any silver-tongued spokesperson of theirs. Fortunately, I have no reason to get involved.
Okay, what do you mean? What do you have against Wild
What
Pines?
should I have for it?
Have you met the Wild Pines rep?
No, just people like that make everyone else see the world somewhat askew, at an angle that is convenient for them. Now, you have more questions, or are we?
Ever had any dealings with the union boss?
He's been by the shop a couple of times.
There was something awfully deliberate about that laziness.
Why do I feel like you don't want to talk about him?
They weren't the most pleasant interactions. Small town bigwigs always want everyone to play a part in the play they're staging. But I bowed out at some point. I prefer to watch from afar while the bigwigs come and go.
Okay. Did he discuss union business?
He tried. Wanted to come to some mutually beneficial agreement around my dealings with the dock workers. I politely declined to hear him out.
So you don't know what kind of arrangements he was talking about?
As I said, I refused to talk to him.
Okay.
That's why he came back a second time. That's also why he hasn't come back a third.
Okay, did he buy anything?
He purchased a remarkably garish paperweight the first time he was here. Nothing the second.
I have another
He
question.
nods reluctantly.
Actually, that's
the
all I got.
pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing.
Okay, I'm out. Okay, that was a good little thing we got going there. Kim hooked me up hard. We love Kim. We stand Kim here. Huge for me. Ooh, does he got any? Yes, the bottles. Okay, fast cash for faster times. Okay, we'll go to the hotel. I'm trying to ditch Kim so I can go get those boots off the corpse. That's the first order of business. Once we do that, second order of business, try to get my dick sucked by the nice lady up in the hotel who seems like she does it for cheap. Just my assessment, no offense.
Can I help you?
So about the money,
Yes. Have you got it?
I do.
Well,
I'm gonna drop it. Here it is. Sorry for the I don't want to be a sorry cop, whatever.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
Okay.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
Yeah.
The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow.
Okay.
20 real per night.
Okay.
I'll take a room here too.
Okay.
Of course. Always happy to.
Okay. Let's debrief with Kim before bed.
Yes?
I think you should know that I can't remember
No
anything.
response. He just arches his brow.
I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was heavy drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Okay. What should I concentrate
Try
on?
work. The case at hand. It can work miracles.
But I'm completely lacking in basic information about this organization we're in. Can you help me?
Fine. We should get through this day first.
Yeah.
Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation.
Okay.
Really? You look fine to me.
I'm talking about serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself in the mirror and I have no idea who I
This
was.
psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
It's not psychological. It's some sort of major brain damage.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
Tell me
Or
about
do
the
you
case.
want to know?
Literally anything.
Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember.
Brief. Yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Wait, does the briefing say who the victim is?
A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Hold on, and the RCM is?
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
Of course, yes, I understand everything now.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Okay. Personally, I think labor disputes are very
Then
mysterious.
you're in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike by the Dock Workers Union. Maybe more than that. The union clearly wants a piece, not just of the industrial harbor, but the Wild Pines Corporation itself. I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence, and the union rarely overplays its hand, as it appears to have done in this case.
Okay. If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same
I'm
case?
afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
What do you mean?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
You know what I'm in on, retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecilic cop-off.
A cop-off?
It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
So this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
So you volunteered to spoil it?
Yes. I am an unrepentant spoil sport.
What's so special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
A tremble comes over you. Another after effect of ethanol poisoning, perhaps. Feels like leaves do when they rustle in the breeze, somewhere far away, below the turbine. The 41st and the 57th. The lieutenant was right. It's not about who gets what's north. It's about who doesn't.
I was wondering what this says about me that I was sent by my station.
Tell him. Tell him why it's you.
There can only be one conclusion. I am the finest case-solving machine sent to outperform you in every imaginable way.
Joke. He does not actually think it was a good joke.
Okay, it was a poor joke, but we could use a good-mannered cop-off, don't you think? Yes, a joke. In truth, I will only moderately humiliate and outperform you.
Oh, you will? Then I will help you to do so. Now...
Still, against his better judgment, this made him think just a little bit less of
No,
you.
it was a meme!
Was there anything else you wanted
Kim,
to
it
ask
was a
about the competition?
meme!
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
Okay, Roy mentioned suicide. So that, okay. Oh, I see. I wanted to be talking
Me?
about you. Yes,
I don't
you.
see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We'll work better together if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
That makes him a binoclard. Completely uncopped material, if you say so yourself.
I didn't know they let binoclards become cops.
I can assure you, detective, that I've passed all the required physical exams within the last year. Can you say the same?
Oh no, I was trying to
You may not
empathize.
remember taking any little tests. but you're strong as a goddamn ox. Anyone can see that.
Stroke your chin thoughtfully. I've always believed in mind
That's
over
good to
matter.
hear. I have little patience for the swinging dick style of police work. It's patience and intelligence that solves cases.
You don't
Was
look
there
like the
anything
other
else?
people here.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother.
So Korean?
From my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What is Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
You're only making it sound uninteresting. I want to know more about Seoul.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
It's interesting because it seems like this is based off the real world with like everything jumbled up. Like obviously there's never been like an actual communist revolution in France. Like this isn't, or like Revachol probably doesn't actually exist. But being a Seolite instead of like Asian or Japanese or Chinese, or I'm assuming Korean because Seoul is the capital of Korea. But he looks more Japanese than Korean, but I'm also not fucking qualified for that. It seems like it's the real world, but then there's a lot of weird shit going on, like the gun he used, and even in 51 to be still using like a musket pistol, and like all their drugs are different.
He's glad to have shut down your question.
Tell me a secret.
No.
Okay. Ask again.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them.
Okay.
The eyebrow is exercising psionic control of you. It's like you're locked down.
What's happening to me?
Something the matter, detective?
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just the flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make you his thrall.
So what can I do about
Nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it.
it? Silently scream for help.
If the lieutenant were an evil man, who knows what sort of havoc he could wreak.
Look at his sassy hand on hip stance.
Fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCM. He'll only use his powers for the good of the investigation. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
Do you ever talk to
What
yourself?
do you mean?
You know, like when you're thinking, do you have conversations with like your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So how do you like think?
What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
Good.
Okay.
Let's change the subject.
Okay. I'm gonna do, let me see. Got a photo, probably of the body, clothes, interactables, photo of instant. Okay. I'm gonna save. It's been about an hour again. I'm gonna do a little savey scummy probably when we get back to do that thing about me killing myself because I'm curious. I'm also gonna give myself my last point in Inlaid Empire. We'll call it a day. We're big 12 in Inlaid Empire. We're huge. Okay. Good luck. I love you.